Hello everyone, Misty here, and this will be the conclusion video of my project Is Path of Exile Pay to Win. Now it's been a long ride, it's been 30 days, but the project is finally over. As you saw it in the previous video, I've completed all the challenges for the MTX and I have killed all the upper bosses. Now, before I give the final answer, I just want to quickly define what I consider to be pay to win. Being pay to win means having to buy something in the game that is not achievable through normal gameplay. That's only purchasable by money, so no amount of grind or play can ever catch you up with those players. By this definition, I do consider Path of Exile being pay to win. Those premium tabs are giving you a huge advantage. The simple trading is uncomparable. When you're a free-to-play player, you have to make a shop on the site, you have to link every item in that shop, you have to type in price, you have to type in the amount you want to sell them for, and then you have to type in the type of currency you want to sell them for. After all this is said and done, and you actually sell something, you have to go back into the shop and you have to delete that item. But here you don't have the simple icon you can delete. No, you have a line of text, and you have a bunch of them because you have a lot of items for sale. So you have to recognize which item, which line of text corresponds with the item you just sold, so you don't delete the wrong item. Because if you don't do this, the item is still listed on the site, and people are keep whispering you for it. All of this is a very tiresome process, and it takes a long time. And it's generally not worth doing for the items below 10 chaos. I ended up this league not selling anything below 20 chaos because of this process. This ended up costing me a lot of currency, as you can imagine, because I was not getting those 5, 10 or 15 chaos sales that I usually do. For example, this league I didn't pick up any rare jewels. I usually pick up all the rare jewels, I put them in the tab for 20 chaos each, and if I get spammed for some jewel, I price check it manually, and then I sell it for a couple of exiles, or 100 chaos, 50 chaos, whatever the correct price is for it. This league I didn't do any of this because the time it would take for you to put every jewel on the shop and after that remove it when you're done, because you usually sell like 5 or 10% of the jewels you actually put on the sale, you would be better off just mapping. You would make more currency than the time you would spend putting the jewels on and off the shop. So premium tab is much faster, it's simpler to use, and it doesn't require you to leave the game to actually sell stuff. So it's much more superior than the normal way of trading. And that's only one tab. The second tab is the currency tab, and oh boy is the huge quality of life improvements. The simple fact that you can stack more currencies together makes such a huge difference. It doesn't have to be 5,000 like in the currency tab, it could easily be like 100, it will make life much more easier. At the start of the league this isn't a huge issue because these alternate currencies are worth more, so you can easily convert them into divines or chaos, but as the league progresses they are worth less and less, so you're needing more and more currencies to convert, and by the end of the league I wasn't able to collect enough currencies to convert them in divine because they were taking so much space. So I have to convert them first to chaos and after that into divines, so that's 2 steps for conversion, which is taking a lot of time, of course. So I ended up not picking up a lot of these alternate currencies, and I only picked up the more valuable ones. And since the divine is 200 chaos, I was needing like thousands and thousands of them to convert them into divines finally. All this translates in you losing money, because you're not picking up all the currencies and you're wasting your time by sorting the normal tab where you keep your currencies together. So the currency tab is much more time efficient, it allows you to stack more currencies together so you can convert them easily, plus it has those extra free slots where you can store more stackable stuff, like stack decks or simulacrum splinters or oils. That's the second tab. The third tab is the map tab, and it is also huge quality of life improvements. Not only that it's giving you huge storage space for your maps, it also allows you to track which maps you have completed easily, it handles your sorting of the maps, and it enables trading your maps as well. Because normally you would have to price each map individually, and since they are worth like 5 chaos, it's not worth doing. But if you're selling them in bulk, like 20, 30, 50 or more, suddenly this becomes hundreds of chaos and it becomes worth doing. This league I ended up not picking up anything below tier 16s, because my designated map tab was always overcrowded. Even then I was getting more tier 16s that I could run, so I pick up a keystone which makes all of my maps drop as my favorite map, the rest of them are deleted. Even so, I had enough maps to run. So the map tab is much more efficient, it handles your storing and it enables trading. That's basically the map tab. The fourth tab I would like to include here is the fragment tab. Now by my opinion, I think the biggest strength of this tab is mostly sorting, because the game offers a lot of different types of fragments that drops along the way, and this tab allows you to easily store them and sort them. It also comes with a huge storage for your scarabs, which makes them easier to sell in bulk. This league I didn't have much problems with the fragments. I didn't pick up all of them as I usually do, but I just filtered out the lesser valuable ones, and it didn't have that much impact on my game anyway. Still, the fragment tab is much more time efficient, mostly because of its sorting and accessibility. The final tab I would like to include here is the divination tab. Now this tab acts as a huge storage for your cards. It doesn't have much more functions than that, but it does make finding cards more easier because it assigns the picture of a card with its name. This league I had to heavily filter out the divination cards because there are like thousands of them and I didn't have room to store them all. So I only kept those that are worth like 20 chaos or more, and some of them that I was confident enough I will collect all. All in all, even though this makes Path of Exile pay to win by my opinion, it's still the best free to play game out there. You can complete everything in the game, you can make any build in the game, being completely free to play, as I've proven with this project. Premium tabs are mostly just convenience and time efficiency. They're not required to play the game at all. They're only making life much more easier. If I could make one change into the game, I would make that every player has at least one premium tab to sell stuff, because this league trading was definitely the biggest issue. Often I'd find myself putting items in my tab and I didn't price them because I just couldn't bother with pricing the item again on the shop and after that removing it. So one premium tab for selling stuff would be nice thing to add for every account. Maybe it doesn't have to be immediately at the start. Maybe you could have some achievement or some challenge you have to complete, and once you do that you have that one tab unlocked for your account and you can use it to sell stuff. Nice addition to this project was that friend of mine started playing this league. He was a free-to-play player, he didn't have any premium tabs, and he didn't want to bother with the shop, so he wasn't selling anything. In the end, he ended up buying some premium tabs, because even though they're not required, they're almost mandatory for you to engage with trade. Because as I saw it with him, people would rather play as a solo self-found rather than bother with that shop system, because it is too complex and it's not beginners friendly at all. But being free to play means games have to make money somewhere. Even though they have a huge selection of cosmetic items, the stash tabs are definitely a big part of their income, which is fine by me, as long as they're not mandatory. You can try the game, play it for free, complete it, and if you like it that much, well, it's only fair to pay something for it, right? It's not even that much. For $20 you can buy that First Blood Supporter Pack. It gets you one weapon effect, the extra stash tab, and 200 points that you can use to buy some premium tabs. In conclusion, even though it is pay to win, it is the best free to play game out there. I don't intend to stop. Good luck, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.